Will Carson Ferguson take the checkers at the end of this bout tonight? As the green flag comes out for the first time into one, the century grind has begun. As I've mentioned, many factors, many different variables that we'll have to consider and take into account as this race unfolds before our eyes here. As they roll into turn number one, it's going to be Ferguson. He jumps out front to the early race lead. He can do no wrong all weekend long. Down the back straightaway to turn number three right now. Here comes Joseph Joyner on the outside. Did I say Connor a few times? Only underneath the fuel cell, nearly at the flag stand. Joyner says, I gotta go, and I gotta go now. Off the exit of two, he's swung it out a little high, wide, and handsome. He'll have to lock his elbows next time. As they work down the boulevard off the exit of four, Joyner applying pressure. Down the front straightaway, and the one that Capital chassis built by Marshall Green is coming alive. Oh, boy. And a little bit of right side romance, or a little bit of a right rear, as my boy Jerry Van Sickle would say. A romance of the wrong side kind there. And a slight job for the race lead in the 3 and 4. How do you like me now? And the 00 of Ferguson will turn down underneath. He says, I like it, I love it, and I want some more of it. And the 10 will serve him back more papers here off the exit of 2. And we'll see if the 00 elects to see him back in court. He will. He'll drive it all the way down to the bottom of the racetrack. It's hitting up at the Super B Speedway, and now this is what the buzz is all about. Off the exit of 4, we got Brad Couch. Slow off the exit of 4. Look out, Joseph. Wow. Sorry for hollering, folks. That was closer than it may have appeared at home, but from our vantage point, they're backing away with Shane Hebert up to 5th now. Off of 4, they'll stroll and roll down the boulevard into 1 and 2 on this restart with 35 laps to go. The assault is on. 3 wide for 4th. Down the back straightaway, what's going to give us Burford? The 15. Stuckey. Look at Stuckey at the 6th. Off of 4. And here comes Matty H. Matt Henderson applying pressure for the race lead. Matt Henderson trying to grab $50,000 along with everyone else behind him. Into 3. It's hitting up at Chatham off of 4. Down the front straightaway, Joyner says no for now. Into 1. Just up the road here in Northeast Louisiana, a star was born by the name of Tim McGraw from Start, Louisiana. And this thing is starting to get hairier than Kerry. And a slight job on Dillard by Ferguson. He drove that thing all the way back to Bayou LaForce before he turned left. Holy smokes, and Dillard drives his thing back to Shreveport. And here comes the thriller. Kay Dillard to the outside for second. Hello, Matt Henderson. I am still here. And Henderson knows it. He comes up the racetrack, leaves nothing for the taking. He does leave just enough room for Dillard to squeeze by to the outside. Dillard knows it's time to go, and it's time to go now. Off the exit of 2. Tries to find that right rear to stick up there. Oh, boy. That was close. And you can see, look at the left front of Dillard's 97 MB custom entry. You could see the rub or the rubber on it as Henderson kind of gave him the business there down the back straightaway. 1 by 2 by 2 by 3 wide here for the 6th spot. Down the back straightaway, Shane Hebert throwing all caution to the wind now on the top ropes of the racetrack. Will go up and grab a little bit of cush up in that fluff, and he'll send her full throat down the boulevard into 1. Henderson now has a run to the inside of Dillard as he dives it deep off into 1 and 2. And Dillard says, no, sir. We are getting ready to get down to the final 10 that matter the most. A pair of full-handed phalanges the next time by. As it's 11 this circuit. Dillard goes down to the top ropes in 1 and 2, tries to find some of that moisture and sit his way down the back straightaway. He'll find a head of steam in the turn number 3, as he's done the previous several laps. Drives off in there. Joyner knows he's there. He applies that pressure. Joyner says, I don't care. And it's 10 laps to go now. $50,000. We'll go to Joseph Joyner in car number 10. He hunted the front, and he hunted her well. And he will score the biggest win of his career here tonight. And here he comes, race fans. From Milton, Florida, Joseph Joyner in 10. What a race you drove. Once you got to the front, you never relinquished it. And, man, what a capital race car you had here tonight.
Yeah, no doubt. It was on point, and I really kind of figured, I didn't know who was behind me. I knew the 17 car had a 55 on his right rear, so the way the racetrack was, there at the end, I know I was leaning really hard on mine, and I figured he was behind me dogging me with the 55, but I guess it wasn't. But I just was making sure I hit my marks and did everything I did. Jesse back there on the back straightaway was signaling me if I needed to move around, and he made a good call for me to move down in 3 and 4 there about the last 10 or 15 laps. And oh man, I'm gonna have a hard time. I'll have a hard time believing this.
Aside from actually doing your job and driving the race car, though, but what's going through your mind as far as what you need to do? What the method to the madness is going to be to get this job done? Because you know you got a lot of really good drivers nipping at your heels. What's going through your mind on each of these restarts? I know you had to have some time to maybe think about it, or were you not trying to think about it?
Man, I was really kind of worried because I knew I was restarting. I had a really good angle exiting off of 4, and I'm like, there's no way nobody can hang with me down the front straightaway on these restarts. And then I get to the back straightaway, and Jesse to be telling me they were on me, and I'm like, they ain't no way. I don't know how they're getting such a good launch, but you know, I guess I made a move there on the double O there earlier in the race, and yeah, I really didn't mean to hit him. I thought he was going high in 1 and 2 down there, and I had already kind of committed to run through the middle, and we hit pretty hard. I'm glad it didn't take him out, and I was really worried about it, and I hate that for him. He's a really good dude, and I didn't mean to run into him by no means, but and what a race. I mean, the racetrack was I mean, they turned this thing around quite a bit from Thursday. I mean, I was kind of worried about it, but that was one heck of a racetrack out there. I was worried how it was going to race, and you can't ask for nothing better than that.
Absolutely. Early on in this race, I mean, when you grabbed the race lead and continued on after those restarts, you were rolling the top in 3 and 4. You're carrying all that momentum down to the bottom of 1 and 2. No other drivers really taking that road. And then at the end of the race, you're rolling the bottom in 3 and 4 as well as 1 and 2. What kind of told you needed to change your line to kind of consistently keep that pace up out front?
Jesse had told me to move down, and I could, as soon as I got down there, I realized it got kind of clean down there in the bottom, and I was carrying the same speed without having to go as far around the track. So I knew once we did that, and we found that groove, if somebody was going to pass us, they were going to run through us because it was kind of getting, latched up there just a little bit, kind of cleaning up. So that was what I wanted to see for sure, because I knew as long as I didn't do anything stupid and I got the car turned and it didn't hit a tire down there in the infield, I figured it'd be pretty tough for somebody to get around us at that point. So I was glad to see it.
Joseph, $50,000. We obviously, you could say what that could do for you and your race team going forward. I mean, it's really good, career changing. I mean, $50,000 for a Crate Late Model race. You come here to the Bayou State and you take it out of here. Man, this last month or so, it seems like it's probably been a dream. You were on the road for 10 days. You won a B main to the World 100. I saw your brother Josh's post about that. Just fired up. A dream come true for you and your family. But to come here to the Bayou State, you leave it $50 richer, man. That's pretty cool. No driver in the state of Louisiana ever won that. I mean, I'm sure that's something that you're going to take the process until you actually, you see the money in the bank.
Right. We got to get it in the bank first. but I can be honest. Like these last couple weeks, we're just right now I guess we're full time at it, but we're not pros. Like we work in the shop and we give it all we got, and everybody's gone, and like my wife's at home with my baby. I wish they was here.
Heard that, brother.